Fucking
What
Avenger.
up, Cagesiders? We're late, and I might not even get fired for it because I had to try to chase down criminals in my alleyway behind.
Sean's an Avenger.
I'm trying. I'm not very good at it though. I would get fired from the Avengers too, for lack of avenging.
You didn't get your man, right?
I did not. My buddy says he saw his face though, so we're gonna get him later. We're gonna do a superhero team up and probably get shot in the streets of Baltimore.
I like how you say that. My buddy saw his face, so we're gonna get him later.
That's what he says. I don't. He's much more confident than I am.
Like you've got the SWAT gear. Like he,
exactly.
He's off camera right now, like taping his wrists up.
He's getting ready.
Yeah, and Sean imparted the wisdom upon me to never go to Bodymore Murderland.
Yeah, I don't like it here a whole lot, so I'm sorry about that. So I know there's people who do. It's their hometown. Gotta love them, but man, fuck.
And the Ravens are terrible.
The Ravens are terrible, which it pleases my soul, but that's because I'm a horrible person. So
you live in Baltimore and you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I don't know how that works.
I've been behind enemy lines my whole life. I lived in Dallas for a long time, and that's people don't like the Steelers down there either. So.
And well, the thing is they always kick the shit out of the Steelers in the Super Bowls.
Well, they got one back while I was living there. Of course, the one time the Steelers didn't beat them, I was there. Fucking Neil O'Donnell. I don't want to talk about it.
Let's not talk about it. We're not here to talk football. We're here to talk about professional wrestling and more specifically Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw. From Dallas, so that's our segue. It was in Dallas.
Great. I missed that, and you caught it. Good.
Nice.
Man, a lot of big names came back, and boy, I'll tell you, Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm not the first to say it, and I think I haven't looked at the site today. I saw a tweet. I think Jason wrote about it. Boy, they cast a long shadow.
Yep.
Now, it's not fair that we do this, right? And we do this constantly. We always, I know I do it. We use Austin as a point of comparison to so many, we'll put Roman Reigns up against Austin. It's a completely unfair thing to do because Steve Austin is one of the greatest, arguably the greatest who ever did this thing. Like, you don't get much better than Steve Austin overall, right? And then, here's Michaels in there with Rollins, and it's kind of the same thing. That's, in my estimation, Shawn Michaels is the greatest wrestler of all time. So it's like, how do you, they're in there together, and it's like, well, this dude looks awful next to this dude. And it's like, that doesn't mean that Rollins is not any good.
True.
It just means he's not quite one of the greatest ever yet. I don't know that he ever will be, but you know what I mean? But yeah, so it was Austin walking to first of all, the pop, the glass hits, and we don't hear, I grew up in the Attitude Era. Like when I first really started getting into everything, it was 96, 97, 98, 90, NWO, and then Austin's rise. And, I was 10 years old around that time. I was born in 87, so I was 10 in 1997. And then, 11 in 98 when it was Austin's. Every time the glass hit, it didn't matter what city they were in. The crowd went fucking ape shit. Like, it really mattered. And now, you can't, unless it's WrestleMania, unless it's a smart crowd that's going to piss off a lot of the people watching it, you just don't ever get pops like that anymore. Well, why is that?
The closest we've come in the last couple of years was like peak Daniel Bryan when the story mattered and he was really over. But even then it's not, like you said, it wasn't just every town he rolled into, no matter what the angle was.
Yep.
He gets that the way Austin does. I'm thinking about that too when you're talking about it not being a fair comparison. Those guys came up, at least Austin talks about it all the time. They came up different. They got different chances to try stuff on their own and to see what worked. And, maybe an Owens or a Rollins or an Ambrose could be getting that kind of stuff if he wasn't given a script that he had to read every week. And I don't know. Maybe that's the one thing that stands out to me. I still don't know. I don't know. Those guys, that was the right guys at the right time with the right stories. I don't know if we'll ever get that again.
You think they scripted him last night?
Who, Stone Cold?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd be really interested. I think they probably gave him talking points. I think he and Michaels probably both got got bullets, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I would love to hear him answer that.
Well, Michaels fucking ate Seth Rollins alive.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And let's start with that because I wanna discuss this idea that people have, and people I respect, whose opinions I respect, like Casey Fiore. I don't know how to say it. Whatever. He writes sometimes, and he's a super intelligent dude. He's very insightful. But I don't understand, I guess, this idea that there was a complaint that so Michaels eats him alive, and then people are going, well, Rollins looks weak again. And I guess I don't understand why it is that the heel champion, who's an asshole, right, who's a cheating chicken shit, who's kept his title for just the worst reasons for all this time, which I think is the point. And now, granted, he looks like a dipshit. He's managed to do it while looking like the dumbest human on earth, or in this universe, right? And again, I know a lot of people don't seem to understand. I'm not talking about Colby Lopez or whatever the fuck. It's Seth Rollins.
Yep, you're right. Yep.
Kayfabe. But he's the dumbest fucking person in this whole universe, and he's managed to keep his title. But you're supposed to hate that part of it, and it's supposed to also then, right, be a good thing when we get someone who we love, like Shawn Michaels, to come in and just eviscerate him, either verbally or physically. So I guess I don't understand, and maybe you can help me understand it, why it is that people had a problem with this.
I don't know. I mean, I think, like I said, I think it's I see both sides of this because I'm the worst. I am the worst internet personality ever.
No, you're great. You fought me.
Shit. I mean, the problem is that I don't know what the end game is, and so with HBK coming in, and it was a phenomenal promo. I mean, from a guy who didn't, gives you hope that Rollins will one day get to be as good a promo as he is, because HBK didn't start off being able to spit fucking fire like he did last night either. So
for most of his career, he was a shit promo.
Yeah, and then somewhere late, he hurt his back and learned how to talk. I don't know.
He became a heel.
Yeah,
and they let him be a dickhead, and he's really good at being a dickhead.
Yeah, which did help Rollins initially, but then he sort of flatlined. I mean, Rollins cheating to win doesn't feel. I don't know. When I remember guys that cheated to win when I was a kid, I felt like they were getting away with something. And with Rollins, you don't feel like that. I don't feel like he's been the architect of his. He just sort of lucks into this stuff. So yeah, you hate him, but I don't know, not in the right way or something. So I don't. The other knock. I mean, the knock is you do want to see somebody that you love, like HBK, come in and knock him down a peg. But the problem is that, first of all, we don't feel like he needs to be knocked down any pegs because he's just like the loserest dumb guy you ever met. And two, there's no stakes there. I mean, we're not going to see HBK again until Mania, maybe for a couple promos or something to push some angle. And so this is just he comes out, ethers the champ. The champ then beats the guy we're supposed to believe has a chance to beat the Intercontinental champ on Sunday. And then what? I mean, I don't know. It's more even Steven booking. I don't know what the point of any of it is.
Well, okay, but at the same time, again, someone said, well, he never goes over on anybody. When does he get to go over on someone? When does he get to, why is it that he's always the one getting knocked down? And I thought, well, isn't he the WWE World Heavyweight Champion? Isn't he, by default, already over on everybody? He's got the fucking title. So it's like, and I don't know that everything exists as a function to get to the next thing in pro wrestling. I mean, in some ways it does. I mean, it's we do this to get to this, but sometimes that's not the case. And in this case, that's absolutely not the case. And we know this going into it, right? We know that they're bringing Michaels back, and I guess I don't understand why that's a bad thing. Let's bring Sean back. Let's have him do a segment. Let's have him do a segment with the champ, and let's have him go at each other verbally. And it'll be entertaining. And I'm sure they scripted it that way, and I don't, whatever. But it's like I don't know. I I don't know. I guess were you entertained? I mean, were you not? Didn't you enjoy that? Wasn't that fun? I mean, does it have to be? Well, they're not building to a match, therefore it was bad. I don't know that it does. I watched it and thought, oh my fucking god, how great was that? He just slit his throat right there in the fucking ring. And then I guess it's weird to me that we're so concerned with how someone looks within the booking that we forget to just watch the fucking show and just enjoy when it's like, that's a great line.
Mm-hmm. Like, I see, yeah, I mean, I definitely see your point. I mean, like I said, I feel like it's a fail. Maybe it's not just. I mean, you're right. I mean, I did enjoy it. Answer your question, and I wish I could stay in the moment more often than I do. But I think not only do we not know what's coming next, but I think there's been some failure in terms of getting us to connect to Rollins in any way. That, you know, we want to get lost in this story, and we want to just fucking mark out when HBK tears it down, but we don't care about him. And it's not just that we hate him, it's just that he's just there. I mean, and maybe that is on us as smart fans, that we're too worried about his place in history and is he being booked strong enough, and, you know, instead of just enjoying it. But, you know, at some point I put that back on WWE Creative for not giving us a reason to connect to this guy as a heel or a face. I mean, they did it at one point, right at the Shield breakup, which is a whole nother thing we could talk about. We hated this motherfucker.
Yeah.
We wanted him dead. Do we feel that way anymore? I don't know. He just sort of annoys us now, right? I mean, that's not what you want your top guy to be. This guy that's like a fly that buzzes around your head.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think it's fair, too, to the idea that, okay, well, you know, he hasn't done, you know, I say he's like a chicken shit, cowardly heel. But he hasn't, like, they haven't booked enough. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm still sick, everybody. He hasn't done enough, or they haven't done a good enough job of booking him to where he's like just escaping it when, you know, they're like a chase and he weasels his way out at the last second, and so you feel bad for the baby face or whatever. Like, they haven't done enough stuff like that. There's been way too much. Well, he's been in the Kane thing. Mm-hmm. Kane, who wasn't even on this show, which is fucking amazing. The dude challenging for the world title is not even on the Go Home Raw.
Yep.
So, I mean, I definitely agree with that. I don't know. I just, like I said, I don't know. I thought it was fun. It was a lot of fun that he's in there, and there are the comparisons. And then it's so often in WWE, because it's scripted and it's written by people who've never been in an actual real life confrontation in their lives. So they don't know how to properly write things that look like, I don't know, it's two people who might fight each other. That's the idea here.
Mm-hmm.
You just never seem to get those great comebacks. You know, that was the staple of the Attitude Era. Really, it was people who were really good at talking shit.
Yep.
Like, every time The Rock opened his mouth, he was saying some shit that you couldn't wait to take that to school the next day, and hope to God someone said something that would set up one of his one-liners. Who the hell has a good one-liner anymore? Does anyone on the roster have a one-liner that you could take somewhere and talk shit with someone with it? No, they don't. Not Rollins.
No, I mean, I think Owens would probably be capable of it, and he does it, but a lot of his are sort of long. I mean, it's not the schoolyard SmackDown. It's sort of a longer setup kind of a thing.
What happened to catchphrases? Well, Austin was out there in the ring, and I remember just sitting there going, man, he's gonna do the hell yeah thing, and it's gonna be awesome. And everyone in that fucking building was waiting for it. They were just sitting there, whether they realized it or not, and I can't wait till he asks me if I'm ready for something so I can give him a hell yeah. And he did it twice. It was deafening. Not a single person in there didn't say hell yeah. Like, he just Austin in the ring talking on the mic. Well,
that's like, that goes, I don't know, did you watch the Edge and Christian podcast with Austin?
No, I skipped that.
You should check that one out, because it's just fucking fun. It's just three friends talking, just shooting, and just Christian and him just fuck with each other nonstop. And they've told it before, but the story of how he got the what chant over.
Mm-hmm.
And Edge and Christian are just like, their reaction is still like when they first heard him do it in the ring after he left Christian the voicemail where he was doing it just to himself.
To amuse himself, yeah.
Yeah, when he was doing it in the ring, they talked about how they just looked at each other and rolled their eyes and like, this motherfucker's going to get this over. And he did. And Austin is the king of that, the crowd response chant. I don't know. It's a good question about catchphrases. Is that not in the reality era? We don't want to have guys do that? They
I mean,
planes. They try believe that as a catchphrase, or I can, I will.
I'm just running through things, and I can't think of any. No one has a really good catchphrase.
I mean, Ambrose doesn't even attempt them, right? Does he?
No, but I don't know that he doesn't really have that style. But no, he doesn't.
Why wouldn't anybody have that? I mean,
I think a huge part of wrestling that has gotten lost somehow is how interactive it should be with the crowd.
Right.
And no one's interactive with the crowd anymore. Like I think they do the Reigns stuff with when he does that loud yell that he does before the triple power bomb they used to do.
Yeah.
And fans can kind of key on that, and they know when it's coming, and they do that. Fans try to do that.
Right. I mean, fans love that stuff. That's the Luke Harper yeah stuff.
Maybe they wouldn't be going into business for themselves with these chants if you were actually doing interactive things with these. That's like you say with the with the Rosebuds. What do they call that shit? The Exotic Express or whatever for Adam Rose. Yeah. It should come through the crowd, and people could dance and party with. Like, I feel like that's such a huge part of wrestling, and we don't really ever get that anymore. And so it's just, I think it helps for them to command the room. And like I said, Austin in the ring, and I'm not picking on Reigns or trying to compare him to Reigns. Again, that's an unfair comparison. But Reigns is in there, and he's got a mic, and he just looks lost. Austin's in there, and everyone's paying attention. Everyone is just absolutely keyed in on what he's saying, what he's getting ready to say, what he's doing. And he's not even, if he's Scott Christ, Tape Machines on Twitter, our good friend from badlefthook.com. He said it's funny because he's like, Austin's completely gone from great wrestling promo to podcast host. Even in the ring, like at one point he's like, I knew that's what you'd say, and hey, I got something I wanted to say. It's like it was a transition he makes when he does his podcast constantly. He's a dude who interviews people now. So it's like, even now, I'm not sure you could say he's a great promo because of that. But despite that, even, he's just worlds better than anyone else they have on the roster. And I don't know, man. It's hard to know how to feel about that. Because, they all cast a long shadow, man. It's like, I don't care about anybody on the roster right now nearly as much as I cared about those guys. Yeah. They made me care. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you get me to care about Roman Reigns right now. I don't know how you get me to care about Seth Rollins.
I don't know. I mean, the way that they seem to be trying to do it with new people coming up is just by giving us more of their story, like behind the scenes stuff, which does work. I mean, people are invested in Bayley. They're invested in Sasha Banks. But I don't know if it's the same way. I don't know.
No, because that works absent the behind the scenes stuff. You don't need it to be central to what you're doing on TV. You just don't.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they're in such a weird place now with all of this stuff, with how they're going to tell stories going forward. I mean, all this stuff, the breaking kayfabe controversies with Lana and Rusev, and now the Harper thing. I mean, are they going to try to sell? I mean, one thing I'm thinking while I'm watching some of this Evolve stuff over the weekend, are these guys' storylines starting now that we're going to see payout on Raw in 10 years? Are they going to keep kayfabe for when Sami Zayn showed up and talked shit to Timothy Thatcher for the next 10 through 3 different organizations?
I don't know.
I mean, they can't keep it straight from social media to Raw. It's weird.
What happened with Harper?
We don't know. We don't know. I mean, the word going around is personal reasons, that it's not punishment for the Jericho photo.
Okay. How interesting was that?
A couple of different reports. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not.
Sure. Well, that's a rumor.
Rusev didn't get buried last night like we all expected. He's on the pre-show, but he didn't take 6 stunners or something.
There was that talk, the Observer had said could be a real interesting day for him. And then they barely even talked about it. Now, granted, the show was heavy. It was really top heavy. I mean, they had the big guns and all that. But they didn't really go after him. And then he did an Instagram post that I'll be posted on when I get on here after I go eat when I come back. It's it's so much like it's, you know what it feels like sometimes? It feels like it's the performers versus the company. Mm-hmm. Like the company doesn't have a fucking clue how to get people over anymore. And There's the script needs to be thrown out. And it's not surprising that one of the best promos is a dude who they don't script.
Yeah.
It's Paul Heyman.
Yep.
So it's like, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. And I think it was Heyman who talked about it all the time, was like, these guys, they don't have to get over in front of different crowds. However, they can figure out how to get over. They're just scripted to do what they do. And if people
like it, they like it. Reigns, when the script goes wrong, he's without weapons.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't. He never learned. He never like did the stand-up comedy thing of dealing with a heckler.
Yeah.
If they don't react the way Vince said they were going to react to what Vince gave him to say, he doesn't know what the fuck to do.
And you can't recover. If the heckler owns you, you're done.
Yeah, that's it.
There's no one in the room respects you anymore.
Once you give in to the bully,
Yeah. You have to. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. If the bully comes at you and you try to stand up to him and you still get smacked down, you're done. That's it. You can't get that guy over.
Nope.
That guy has to go heel now, and they refuse to do it. They're just not going to turn him. They don't want to.
No, they got him in today, right?
Yeah, well, and it's pretty clear too because they got him in with Cena with the Susan G. Komen stuff.
Yep.
They think he's the guy, and I don't see it.
They tried to give him the Ric Flair rub, whatever's left of that these days.
Nothing. I didn't even write about Flair in the recap because he didn't do anything. He was out there. He's charming in that like weird uncle who drinks a lot sense, where it's like you can never be quite sure whether or not he's hammered, and that's kind of his allure. Like you like chatting with him, you like visiting the dude because he's probably going to be fun for 10 minutes,
right?
But after 30 minutes, you kind of just want to leave because it's like, dude, I know the score here.
Yeah, you don't want him to come over to your house because then you're going to be fucking stuck with him. You just want to drop in on him. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get really drunk and then, he'll fucking ruin your house. And then he'll leave and have a great story to tell and you'll have a wreck of a home.
Right.
So, by the way, I have a lady friend who is, I think I told you on the last show, is living here now. And she's got a 2-year-old kid. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're staying here and I'm helping a friend out. Living with a 2-year-old's an interesting adventure. I woke up today and my bedroom is right off the kitchen. I woke up today and so I opened my door and I walk out of my room and the fucking refrigerator door is wide open. It could have been that way for hours.
Mm-hmm.
2-year-olds are just old enough to run around and tear shit up. They have no fucking clue what's going on.
Right.
It's I don't like it. That's what it would be like.
That's an old joke, right? That like a drunk old guy is the same as like having the toddler running around your house. I mean, it's the same behavior. Yeah.
That's what it would be like with Ric Flair. I would get up in the morning and my refrigerator door would be open and all my food spoiled, and he would be passed out naked on the couch.
Right.
Yep.
Laughing to himself about something.
Maybe having pissed or shit himself. I mean, you never know.
Exactly.
Just like a 2-year-old. I'm gonna start calling Gavin Ric Flair.
Call him Nate.
He's gonna be so confused.
Teach him the woo. He'll like that. Trust me, a child will like.
I'll see if I can. I'll do a woo and see if it gets over.
You will probably regret getting it over with him because it'll probably just be something you'll end up hearing like at 2 a.m. or something.
That's true. Yeah, actually, I won't because I'll just punt him like a football. I can't. I can't deal with kids, man. I'm not good with kids. I'm not good with people. People think I'm nice. I'm nice because you're here. Like that's legitimately it. Like
Geno needs a personal Sean to go with him and all.
I really do. It's because I love you so much that it's like I'm not interacting with someone I don't like. So if I was, people would probably hate my fucking guts. I'm so CM Punk. That's the problem.
You're like Punk. Yeah,
I'm very CM Punk, and I don't like that.
How dare people expect you to do a podcast today? It's motherfuckers.
I know, and they want the new names for. I feel so pressured. You entitled fuckers. You're so entitled to new names for fucking big ass McStrongman, and I don't have any. I didn't think of any. He didn't have a big role on the show last night.
No, he got beat by Reigns. He's done?
That's true. You want to talk about the Shield reunited, and we haven't even brought it up.
Yeah, I know. Well, because it was sort of
Now, are you upset that they did this like I was upset? And the people were telling me I was bitching too much about it. It was, oh, come on, just shut the fuck up. It's like, no. I believe this was the first time they've all teamed together since that fateful June 1 night in 2014. I believe it was June 1. It was the night after Payback, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I think it was June 1st. Might have been June 2nd or 3rd or 4th.
It was definitely in June.
It was in June of 2014, early June of 2014, that fateful night when Seth Rollins took a chair.
June 2nd, 2014.
June 2nd. Okay, yeah, because Payback was June 1st. All right.
I Googled it.
Naturally. Right. Took a chair to Roman Reigns' back, and Dean Ambrose was shocked, and CagesideSeats.com became kayfabe.com.
Mm-hmm.
And we all just lost our minds together. It was one of the best nights in the history of our website. And over a year later, they finally team up. Now, they've all been in the ring together. They did the Fatal 4-Way in the main event of that one show. I think that was this year, wasn't it? Was that this year? With Orton thrown in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they did the hand-in gimmick. Like they were gonna,
yeah.
But this, I believe, was the first time they've all teamed together. And it was just for a throwaway. There was no... It was just to get some heat on Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
And to set up for, I guess, Roman and Dean to overcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they like to overcome. They're good at that. Yeah. That's their gimmick. They overcome.
I love it. They like to overcome. Like, well, what do you like to do? I like to overcome.
That's what they like to do.
I like sandwiches.
Overcoming stuff. Yeah. My hobbies are overcoming things.
My hobbies include overcoming the big bad monsters who try to kill me. Yeah. Large ass.
That's what I call them in the S3. Kind eyes McChesticles.
McChesticles. That's good shit. Kind eyes McChesticles.
That's it. Who can be overcome?
Yes.
Yeah. So that. Yeah. Yeah. Why wouldn't? Speaking back to kayfabe day, June 3rd, 2014.
June 2nd.
Well, didn't we kayfabe out after that? It was late. I mean, it was.
Well, it was into the night. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. So I guess they've all kind of moved on. It's sort of like a breakup where you were really like for a while you can't be in the same room with the person, but then after enough time.
Remember how excited we were for the promo from Dean and Roman? After they made us wait for a week, I think, didn't they? And then it was like, yeah, they came out and Ambrose cut probably his best promo since he's been in WWE.
Except for the ones he does, like when he's doing the weather on local news. Those I like those, but yeah.
Well, no, I mean like
I know, I'm just
right. But he's been surprisingly ineffective.
He's going to be one of the top baby faces now. That's the word on the street.
Right?
Yeah, him, Reigns, and you ready? Kane.
Don't tell me. Oh, fuck.
That's what Meltz is talking about when he broke the Orton
the
Orton injury news, is that the focus with Orton and Cena out, you're going to get a lot of Reigns, Ambrose, and Kane as top baby faces.
Well, it's time, everybody. We've been waiting, and now the dudes that they just do not know how to quit pushing are gone. They're leaving. They're going away for a little bit. Cena has no story. They've just stopped writing creative for his ass because he literally showed up in a 6-man, and that's all he did on Raw this week. How amazing was that? They booked Cena like Ziggler.
Yep.
He was just in a 6-man, and then his team lost, and then he AA'd somebody, and then he just went home. That's holy shit. And they just last second announced his match at Hell in a Cell, and he doesn't even have an opponent.
Nope.
I can't believe how they've been booking this guy. It's amazing. And if he hadn't been getting put over for the past 10 years, You'd wonder if the poor kid could get over with this kind of
we'd be complaining about how he wasn't made to look strong.
Exactly, man. It's crazy. So it's like we can't even, at this point, we can't even act like they're booking him well. And Orton's gone, so it's like, all right, everyone wanted these guys. I'm guessing that's why they ignored Kane. And they put Rollins with Ambrose and Reigns, because I'm pretty sure Rollins and Reigns is next. I think that's where they're going. And I think it's time, because it's almost Survivor Series now. Yeah. Where they're going to set up a team thing. Maybe Rollins joins up with the Wyatt family, and they continue that shit for one more. They bring Harper back, and that gives them 5 guys, right? Rowan, who returned, and no one said anything about it.
No, he just showed back up. Yeah.
Which I thought was awesome. And perfectly fits with the story, too, right? He just transitioned seamlessly, and he's never even met Big-Ass McStrongman. And
Ray just introduced him backstage.
Yeah, he's never even met this huge fuck who looks like a baby. And Ray,
I like that he still wears the sheep mask. So now so do we start calling Eric the white sheep of the Wyatt family? Because he wears the white sheep mask?
Why does large ass McDuffie shit?
He still got it, ladies and gentlemen. He said he didn't have any, but he's gonna bring them out for you. He's gonna bust them out for you.
Why does he wear a black sheep mask?
Because he's the black sheep he's Sister Abigail's black sheep or whatever.
That makes no fucking sense.
It's some shit that Bray said. I don't know.
What is a black sheep? Define that.
Isn't like the
person who's estranged from everyone else.
Right.
You can't be estranged if you're in a group who loves you. Or do they hate him? I don't understand.
They do hate him because he looks like a baby and they're trying to look scary. He ruins it every time. They're
trying to teach him the ways of the world.
They try to menace some people, and then somebody goes, "Oh, but look at him!
The shoot is he's actually 3 years old. He just has one of those disorders. He's the Benjamin Button gimmick."
That's a good gimmick. That's surprised Vince hasn't given him that yet.
Man,
that's like Festus, isn't that? That's like Luke Gallows' gimmick when he was before he joined the Straight Edge Society. I don't know.
No, wasn't it that he was?
Like when he heard the bell, he turned into a monster. But other than that,
I didn't like that one, man.
That was a little.
They were making fun of mentally challenged people. I didn't really like that one so much.
That was huge. But didn't they work that into the Straight Edge Society thing where like Punk cured him of that?
Did they? I don't remember that.
I think so. I love the Straight Edge Society.
I was out of wrestling in so many terms at that point. I was focused, I think, on MMA a lot more.
That was when I got back. Was like actually before. Again, I mean, I don't know. I've drifted in and out so many times.
You got back into wrestling when they booked a character to be dumb as shit, and then the bell rings, and he just
no. Jesse and Festus didn't get me back into wrestling. The Straight Edge Society did. Don't put gimmicks in my mouth. I don't even know what that means.
Holy shit! I'll put all the gimmicks in your mouth. And then I just love that the dude who got you back into wrestling was the fucking dum-dum.
That's not when the bell rings. Right? You can't call him a dum-dum.
Oh, come on. It's the gimmick. It's not really dumb, even though I just said I didn't like it.
You just said you didn't like the gimmick and he was making fun of mentally deficient people, and then you called him a dum-dum.
Deficient? I said challenge. Don't put gimmicks in my mouth. Actually,
our love life is going to go to shit if we can't put gimmicks in each other's mouth. Oh, man.
We are each other's love lives. What are you talking about? Maybe that's why, because he is a giant baby. Maybe that's why he wears the gear that he does, because he has those weird brown pants.
Yeah, they're like pull-ups. That's like when the kid gets out of diapers, they're not ready for underwear yet.
But then on the inside, only to the knee, they look a dark shade of brown.
Yeah.
Like his old brown pants McShit stain.
This is good radio or whatever.
Myself.
Oh, yeah. Brown McPull-ups.
McPull-ups.
What are we talking about?
Oh, holy fucking shit! I don't even know.
Eric. Oh, I think we started on this because Eric. Well, I think we were talking about the Shield, and then Eric Rowan showed up, and then I don't know. All hell broke
So you
loose.
just keep calling him Eric like you're on a first name basis. Just Eric.
Was he? He was a heel when he got hurt again.
Well, he was teaming with Harper again. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
They were just working superstars doing the 3D.
Oh, that's right.
And they completely blew that off just because he got hurt. They were working that in to get back to the Dudleys. Is
the Dudleys' return like a major disappointment at this point? They just don't feel like a big deal to me at all.
They were never a big deal. I never cared about them ever at any point. Even in the TLC matches, they were always the team that they could not be here, and this would be just as good. As evidenced by the Terry's Invitational Tournament.
Right.
Before they got brought into the mix. So McTubba shit cracks me up, and you hear tit.
Yes, I am a 3-year-old on the inside, too. It's what I have in common with testicles.
He said tit.
He said tit. I'm the kid. Did you ever take Spanish where you do like the geography in whatever country in South America has Lake Titicaca in it? Dude, I still can't. I still laugh. I'm the kid who, like, even though I was in college, I probably giggled in the back of the classroom about Lake Titicaca.
I know.
See, it's fucking funny.
That's how you said it. I never went to school. What are you talking about?
Was born at 18 and went right to work writing on the internet.
That's literally what. No, it's not what happened. But I went from that's literally what happened to that's not at all what occurred. Like I can't fucking shit. But no, I went freshman year. I dropped out my sophomore year. I'm actually a high school dropout. I have my GED now, which if you know what that is.
I do. I teach. One of my many jobs is to teach GED classes. So there you go.
Is it really? Yeah.
See.
I'm horrible. You know what? I scored on my GED test like 990 in writing, fucking 980 in reading, all those dumb, 970 in science. Math, 420.
Nice.
Failing is like 410. So I was like, I nailed it. I can't do math, dude. I'm really bad at math. I don't know how to convert a fucking decimal into a percentage.
Now it all makes sense why when the quarterly financials or whatever come out that you disappear.
I legitimately pass it off to everyone else. I can't deal with this. Someone else do it. I don't know why you got to call me out and talk shit about it. I'm like,
no, well, I didn't know why. Now we know. We're learning new things about everybody. Remember when we used to have get to know a Cagesider segments or whatever?
Geno doesn't know math. Correct. What's funny?
Sean thinks Titicaca is hilarious, and Geno doesn't know math.
Funny is did they make you play those multiplication games where they would have those flashcards? Mm-hmm. Dude, I was the king. I had a rival. Hang on. Because I was quick on the draw. They would have us stand up and go from desk to desk. And then the teacher would hold it up. And then she would, all right. And then she'd move one. And then the next thing that was up, you got to quick get it. So 8 times 7, 56. And then you just move to the next one. I smoked everybody. I was the Shawn Michaels of multiplication games, bro. But I had a rival. I had my Bret Hart. Her name was Cassie Neese. She beat me every time. So Cassie Neese, if you're out there somewhere, fuck you. I don't know what you're doing in life. I don't know what you're doing in life, but I've never gotten over it. I'm pissed all these years later.
See, that's how you build conflict, WWE. Damn it. It's not that hard. We can do it about math multiplication tables.
Cassie Neese is going to show up in the Cageside comments.
Yeah.
We're not going to feud. I'm just going to ban your fucking ass.
When her music hits, I'm going to pop.
Yeah, we're going to bring her on here, and you're going to hold up flashcards, and you're going to hear her beat me, and I'm going to go cut her off, Sean. Cut her fucking mic right now. What does this say about Raw that we're talking about multiplication?
I know. This is much more interesting than...
What else was there?
I
think there was Undertaker and Brock.
Oh yeah.
Well, I could go the rest of my life without hearing another Undertaker promo. Brock Lesnar. I'm from hell. Something about heaven and other mythology. And then that's the promo.
Yeah, it's like somebody. Yeah, somebody who's not a good talker delivering a Bray Wyatt promo.
Trying, yeah.
It doesn't make sense, but but where Bray draws you in.
What did he say? He had a line that it looked like he was really proud of himself for getting through it. Like it was so easy to fuck up. He said the depths of hell are going to look like the gates to heaven when I'm through with you or something like that. He did that George Bush yes, fucking nailed it. Got it. Like he wasn't sure. He was pre-Bella shoot unsure of the next word, but he got through it. He got through it, man.
Yeah.
But you know what they did? Paul Heyman. I'm sorry. My throat. Paul Heyman told my story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He told the story that I had talked about. They finally got there. Paul Heyman's a Cagesider. So's Austin, by the way, and I was just going to town on that podcast on Twitter. So if he actually looked through our timeline, might get an unfollow. What did you think of that?
It was rough. It was.
Did you watch it all?
I didn't watch all of it. I watched most of it. I missed the beginning, which apparently was even worse than the
Which
middle.
was the worst part. Dude, I'm not kidding. He asked him at one point, "What's your favorite food?" Steve, I like you. You're a good dude. You're a good dude. You're a good interviewer. Nobody gives a shit what Brock Lesnar's favorite food is. They were talking about hunting. They were literally trying to set up a hunting date. He's like, you keep running your mouth, we need to get out there hunting. And Brock's like, yeah, you keep running your mouth, we're going to get out there hunting. Let's go hunting and kill some animals. I'm like, are these two fucking serious? I see someone on Twitter, a friend of ours on Twitter was like, is this an interview or a date? They were on a date.
A bad one.
What's your favorite? And then literally at one point, Austin looks totally lost. And then he goes, music. Brock's like, country. Hard-hitting stuff, everybody. And we found out that Brock is a country music fan. He likes steak. They started talking guns, scopes.
Mm-hmm. White-tailed dove, deer. They
literally at one point were talking about Little House on the Prairie. I shit you not. Little House on the fucking Prairie, dude. What in the world, dude? Like, I watched this because I want to know how he feels about being the guy to beat the streak. I want to know about the time he sued WWE, which thankfully Austin actually went after him for. I want to know. And the one time that Brock looked like he was getting pissed off. Because you can poke Brock. He's a bear, and you can poke him. You piss him off, he'll walk off an interview. I've seen it. And with Austin, you'd think that's a dude who you have a certain respect, especially in this industry. You've attained a certain so he's got to a place where he can push. He can ask the questions that other people wouldn't be able to get away with asking, especially because he knows these people. He doesn't do that. Not nearly enough. You remember the Vince interview? Every fucking question was just in your face. Yep. It was all the answers were. We did 38 posts based on every fucking answer. Yep. It was like, this is fantastic. If this is what they do, great. Naturally, they were pissed about it. They didn't like that the interview went that way. They wanted it to be less, more like what they ended up doing here. Give him a chance to cut a promo about Hell in a Cell. Ask him about growing up on the farm in South Dakota. No one cares.
Mm-mm.
The thing about Brock is when you strip it all away, there's not much there.
No, and he doesn't want to let anybody in. So he gives you the one-word answers where he could, tell him maybe, I don't know, maybe he can't, maybe he doesn't have that in him, but where there's an opportunity maybe for a funny story, instead you get one-word answers.
I thought this was good on Twitter. It said, Brock's not enough of a psychopath to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because you know what? He really is just that simple. He just likes to kill shit, and he likes to not be around people. Mm-hmm. He likes to cook his steak and look up and see land and go in and get on top of his wife and drink a Coors Light and go to bed.
Maybe
in between, he'll clock in, wrestle, and clock out.
Yep. There were some Twitter exchanges with Austin this morning where people were getting on him about, how can he be friends with Brock when Brock disrespects the business? because
Are you serious?
yeah.
What a stupid thing to say.
Yeah, and which is pretty much what Austin shot back with, which I agree. I mean, but that was Austin's answer too, is that it's not that he disrespects the business, it's that it's a fucking job, and that's it.
Brock Lesnar has the most mature attitude towards the business of anyone in the history of the business. These people are psychos, dude. The way they treat this, you have to shake everyone's hand, and fucking, the Young Bucks making fun of the Booker T thing all the time, or even Shawn Michaels has talked about in an interview, and he's like, "Dude, I just shook your hand." Like every time you see people, apparently backstage, you're supposed to shake their hand.
Yep,
that's like the unwritten thing. And Shawn's like, sometimes you push back against it because it's like, dude, I just shook your fucking hand. I just saw you in the other room. Can we not? And Brock doesn't pull that shit. Brock comes in, he goes to see Vince. What are we doing tonight? What's going on? Well, I don't like this. Let's talk about this. All right, well, here's what's fair. Okay, cool. He goes out, he does his job, and he goes home.
Yep.
That's called working. That's what we do this every day.
Shout out to the working man.
Yeah, I don't sign on and make sure I'm super real nice to Sean. It's just, hey, what's going on in wrestling? Hey, I've got this covered. We've got this done. I mean, of course, I am great to you. We're lovers.
Of course,
but we're lovers. I mean, he's not lovers.
But there are days where we shoot the shit a little bit, and there are days where we don't have time for it because we've got work to do and lives to lead and everything else. And in
wrestling, it's everyone gets pissy.
Right. Exactly. If we were following like locker room etiquette, we'd all have heat with each other because we didn't like laugh at each other's joke on fucking Twitter the other day. And yeah, it's
just so weird that he disrespects the business just because he comes in, does his job, and leaves.
Yeah, that's fans are weird like that. Like if you don't, I mean, that's the whole. That's part of why Sasha and Bayley are so fucking over right now is because they're fans first. So that gives them more street cred with us or something. But,
you know what it is? I feel like we're at a point where most of the fans of pro wrestling right now, and this is partially our fault for helping to expose this stuff or catching wind of things, and we disseminate it and throw it out there and everything, is everyone knows too much, but they still don't know enough.
Right.
So you're just informed enough
to make a horrible decision about
you're just informed enough to have an opinion, but you're too uninformed to know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
It's kind of where most fans are at this point. Like I said, you're never going to enjoy a Rollins Michaels segment like we got last night because you're always too concerned with, well, Rollins looks weak. Dude, why do you care? Why are you concerned with the business booking part of it?
Yeah.
It was fun. I really enjoyed watching Shawn Michaels just bitch slap that dude. Just verbally just knocked him down. It was like, dude, if I had a dime or a nickel for every time people wanted to be me, dude, I'd be rich. He literally said it like that. It was like, how boss is that? And then he just kept going. Like, but you're never going to be. I never even thought to be the next anybody else. I was too busy being the greatest of all time.
That was the line.
My bad. And Rollins is like, there's nothing to say to that. There is no recovery from that line. And I was sitting there going, God, that's awesome. Oh, fuck it. And maybe if they booked a babyface to do that on this show, I would do this. If they booked Reigns to say some cool shit like that, I'd go, oh my God, how great is this? And I'd like him. He'd get over. But I don't know. They just either they don't know how to script it. Because I can't imagine they scripted that in some ways. When you think about it, maybe they did, but I don't know. That just seems so Shawn Michaels, dude. It was such a Shawn 1997. I don't give a shit what you think. Pilled out fucking promo. Like,
yeah.
Someone made fun of me because I said 1997 Shawn is the greatest ever. The greatest wrestler of all time is the 1997 version of Shawn Michaels. And someone's like, wait, pilled out Shawn is the greatest ever. He wasn't even the best wrestler in the company that year.
I counted 6 botches.
Yeah, 6 botches.
In that year, he had 6 botches.
6 botches?
Can't be wrestler of the year. He got 6 botches.
Can't be the greatest wrestler ever. You 6 botches in your match. Not as good as Brooklyn.
Not as good as Steamboat.
Not as good. No, he said not as good as Bret Hart was the one that they kept.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Bret in 97 was not that great either.
Yeah.
Too busy having those sunny days. So many people listening to this aren't going to know what I'm talking about. That's sad to me, man.
It's all right.
Why?
It shouldn't be that sad.
It's not sad at all. People are born and they don't control that.
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
Are you popping pills?
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Vintage 1997 pill popping Geno.
Pilled out Geno Morasco.
Ugh.
Fucking hell, man. What else happened on this show?
I don't know, man.
Ladies?
The women.
Nikki was aggressive. At one point in her match, Nikki had Naomi pushed against the ropes, and she backed her ass into her and just kind of pushed her into the ropes. And I was like, ooh, yeah. Like, what are you trying to do here?
Oh.
What's the objective? That's a problem too. So many times you're watching a match and you see him do something and you go, you know what? First of all, there's an easy way to get out of this. And they're not taking it. So anyone who's watched MMA, which is a fuckload of people now, and a lot of people who watch, there's just too many situations where it's like, I've seen the counter to this move. Why are you not doing it?
Right.
You know, you working a sleeper and you don't have any of your hooks in. And it's like, I know how they get out of this. This is not, it's supposed to look real. I know it isn't real, but it's supposed to look real.
Well, this is like the half kayfabe stuff again. I mean, they want to play it up as sometimes it's a real sport and they train MMA, but then there's big gaps like this in the storytelling, and we're supposed to not notice or not care.
Well, at least they're working the sleeper. In this instance, it was just ass pushing into someone's back, pushing her into the rope. And I was like, what in the world? At least with the sleeper on, you don't have the hooks in so they can get out of it, but if they don't get out of it, they're actually going to go to sleep. In this case, what's even the best case scenario for your move? Like, assuming this was executed perfectly, what happens? Like, she just gets butt on the back? Ooh, I'm moderately uncomfortable. Ooh. Like your butt is touching my back. Oh, stop it.
I hate that.
Maybe that's the point. Oh yeah, put her ass on her back and she won't like it because there's an ass on her back. Yeah, not as good as Brooke. Like, what in the world? So that's why you can't take matches like that seriously.
Well, I mean, it's because some guy somewhere is going to get excited because she put her ass on her back. I mean,
that's what everyone said.
Yeah.
The only good explanation I saw was Naomi has ass-based offense, so Nikki was making fun of her.
Oh.
That's actually not a bad thing, but you know what? You need commentary to get that over.
Right.
And they don't. So.
Yeah. I mean, Nikki, at least she worked her match as a heel. She's hugging the sick kids in the crowd, though. I'm still.
Isn't that great? Isn't that great?
I don't know. I'm not crazy about the Team Bad as baby faces, but I guess that's here to stay.
I want heels who are really fucking evil. You know, like I can remember being upset or at least feeling like I don't like that they're doing this about the Punk Paul Bearer thing. God, if I could go back having been a part of this era, fuck, dude, I would applaud it at this point. You know, it'd be great if someone comes out and there's a sick Make-A-Wish kid there and they fucking flipped him off.
Yep.
Like, just be nasty. Like, I want to hate your guts. Like, that's the point. It's not that you're like a shoot evil person, because you know what you do? When the cameras aren't around, you take that kid backstage and hey, it's part of the show.
Yep.
Here's some merchandise. I'm a big fan. I hope everything works out. Here's my number. You know, I'll give you a call. Give me a call when things are whatever. You know, maybe we'll come see you in the hospital, something like that. That's what you do. You do that backstage. And then you don't fucking tell anyone about it.
Well, this is like the Triple H thing where they made the kid cry, but then they took him backstage, gave him shit, and put it all over the internet.
Well, no, because he was consoling him ringside. And everyone was like celebrating it. And it's like, okay, you're a fucking heel. I get it that the kid's crying. And it's great. Take him backstage. Don't do any of it in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
You made him cry. That's great. That is great. Because you're a dickhead. You're a heel. I'm supposed to hate you for making him cry. I don't hate you anymore when I see you consoling him and making up with him. And if you say, well, yeah, but it's fake, that's a crutch at that point. Then you know what? Your whole fucking program's fake.
Right.
And you just gave me no reason to believe in anything that you're doing. Everything else is just horseshit. That's the problem when they do stuff like that. That's the problem with breaking kayfabe so often. I mean, I don't mind you do it at the end of the TakeOver show, right? And they bring out Sasha and Bayley and they give them flowers and it's a send-off and it's all this cool stuff. That's fine. But on some level, you need to, if you're going to establish that you can break kayfabe in the middle of something to service something else, then there has to be more clearly defined guidelines to that. You need to establish the rules of your own universe and abide by those rules. And if you're going to change them, you need to make it clear that they've been changed.
Right. And that's what we talk about. And that's what we talk about. That's what everybody loves about Lucha Underground is it's all right that they fucking murder somebody on camera because it's been established that that's the kind of shit that goes on here. It's a television
If you tune in, you know that's what you're getting.
Right.
So yeah, be nasty.
It's not this hybrid thing that where like Keith's piece last week where the rules seem to apply at one level one way and for somebody like Luke Harper or Lana or Rusev they apply a different way. Yeah. Like Triple H and Stephanie can do that shit, but then nobody else can.
Or Cena can call out someone in the crowd getting married.
Right.
And it's, man, I don't know. Yeah. It's just so frustrating because there's greatness here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really interesting stuff that you could play with. There's a lot of, not just great wrestlers, but different kinds of stories and how you could use. And that's the thing we were talking about earlier. It's like catchphrases and people getting over. Everybody that gets over now, they get over on their fucking own. I mean, New Day. I mean, going back to Zack Ryder, and look what happened to that poor bastard. But as soon as WWE gets their clutches into it, I mean, so far the New Day seem to be all right. But I mean, I don't know. Are they one fandangoing moment away from, that being ruined? I don't know. But I don't think they didn't get over unscripted promos. I mean, is their stuff scripted? I can't imagine that it is. Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. I would imagine it is because they probably have leeway. Like that's what Heyman. I mean,
it seems like such the same kind of stuff as their social media stuff that I can't imagine that Vince or somebody's back there right now, jokes about the Chicago Bulls and things. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. I could see both. I could see them script and then they run down the Cowboys. I mean, that's not.
Yeah, that doesn't take a genius.
Yeah. You're in Dallas and you're a heel, so you shit talk the injured Cowboy players, and the team sucks because of it. And people are upset about that. So, which is kind of funny too. It's like, let's talk about something they actually care about instead of running down our opponents in this match.
Right. Yeah, we know nobody cares about this stuff, so.
Yeah, let's talk about the thing they do care about. And everyone in Dallas is pissed that their two best players are out and they're shit in the bed.
Yeah, I mean that was the whole show. I mean, it was it was an entertaining show, we've I
don't know if it's come
across. Did it make me more excited for Sunday? No.
Yeah.
I don't think
there was some stuff that I thought was a decent build. Like people are mad about Rollins beating Ryback because he's supposed to be, the Intercontinental Challenger. In one way, I see that because I don't know that you want to beat the guy who's challenging for a title on Sunday. But in another way, I mean, he'd lost to the champ.
Yeah.
But then in another way, the champ hasn't really looked
This is the champ's first win in 10 weeks.
Yeah, so maybe he's not, so maybe he's not the guy to. Yeah.
I mean, that's that to me. Like, I wasn't that pissed about that instance of it, but that's the stuff that pissed me off last night is stuff that pisses me off all the time. You could do. I like the Michaels Rollins thing. That could be a really good stepping stone to character development for Rollins moving forward. Maybe that's the thing that finally gets him to the face turn and that builds to the Triple H feud. But I don't believe that it will. I think it's just going to be something that happened. And next time we see him, Rollins is going to be acting like a heel and Triple H is going to be acting like a babyface. And whatever. I mean, the news that if Meltzer's right and Kane is going to be pushed as a face over the next couple of months,
they're going to keep doing the same thing.
Yeah. This feud is probably going to continue.
I don't understand.
They're not in a cell, right? They're just a title match with the Corporate Kane stip, right?
Yeah. Demon Kane, if he loses, Corporate Kane's gone. And if that's the case, then I guess they're just going to go with Demon Kane. And if that's the case, how is he a babyface?
They were doing Brothers of Destruction shit in Mexico this weekend.
Yeah, but I think that was just
but
Undertaker.
That's a good way to get him to be a face again.
And Undertaker's not a babyface. People in Dallas are cheering for him.
Yeah, I know.
The dick kicking asshole. What are you dudes cheering for? That dude will kick your dick if he wants to beat you bad enough.
If he will mess with his records, he will kick you in the dick.
Yes, and he will cheat at SummerSlam. He'll take a tainted win.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's like, it's a hometown boy. I'm like, I thought he was from Death Valley.
Yeah, that's not right.
What are you talking about, hometown? Home state? Fuck off. He ain't from Dallas. He's from They're like, Death Valley's Death Valley's in Texas. Bullshit.
I thought it was in parts unknown.
That's what someone said. They're like, how come no one's ever from parts unknown? I said, well, somebody stumbled across it. The parts are known now.
doesn't Barbershop Window or somebody has a shirt that has like a map of a kayfabe map that like where Parts Unknown is and where Death Valley is, and it's pretty clever. I don't know.
That is clever. When are we gonna start doing shirts?
I don't know. Handstock said something about it, but then it never materialized. Probably because I wanted to get the Shawna-mania shirts going, and he didn't like that idea.
That's Handstock's gimmick at this point.
What?
He says things and then nothing happens. That's a shoot, Handstock. Hope you're listening.
Whoa, that's right. He'll never make it through an hour of this, so he'll never hear that.
And he'd never feud with us because he doesn't like confrontation.
Nope.
He's the opposite of me.
He is.
I'm ready to get in there and fight everybody.
And
Handstock's like, no, stop.
No, can't we all just get along? And then I got to mediate that shit.
No, you don't.
That's true.
Sean runs shit. People think I run the show. I really don't.
That reminds me, I gotta send out match previews things. So.
See, there it is. He's the one who runs the shit. He's got to coordinate Hell in a Cell coverage. We'll be there. Handstock will be on the scene. He'll tell us he's gonna get interviews, and they just won't happen.
SummerSlam interviews happened. They happened.
Talked to Steph. It was weird to have him be like, "This is Bill Handstock for SB Nation and Cageside Seats," talking to Stephanie McMahon, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, that was weird.
He didn't tell her I said hi, though. Or he didn't get her to say hi to me, so I just... Basically, since then, I've hated Handstock's guts.
There you go. That's the shoot, folks, behind the scenes.
Almost as much as I hate that piece of shit Decker.
Oh, leave Decker alone.
Oh, dude, the Mets are destroying the Cubs.
That's true. That's true. You guys got legit heat now. You got a reason to hate each other.
Not really.
And I just hate that Ortman fucker.
Fuck that guy, right?
Yeah, Jesus. What a pain in the ass.
There was a
great Khali signed with TNA. Were you excited about that?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I haven't watched an episode of TNA since Vietnam, dude.
Which is funny because I think that's where they're taping their next television.
That's a shoot. I don't know whether to damn it, I forgot the line. What's Austin say? I don't know whether shit or wind my watch. Or something like that. I don't remember.
Sounds about right.
I don't remember the line. Yeah. Who cares, really? What's he gonna do? He's gonna get killed by Tyrus?
I don't even think he's gonna wrestle. I think he's gonna try to find the next great Indian top model or whatever.
You know what sucks? That reminds me. Of all the wrestlers who have gotten upset at us versus the wrestlers who have endorsed us or follow us on Twitter or read our stuff or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we've got endorsements / they dig us from Greenfield, former head writer, and then there's Steve Austin, and then there's Paul Heyman, and then Natalia follows us, stuff like that. And then the people who were against us, we've been blocked by Jerry Lawler, blocked by the Hurricane.
Really?
Gregory Helms.
Shane doesn't like us?
I was shit talking him once, and he got and Brodus Clay.
Brodus Clay doesn't like us,
dude. I did.
The Funkasaurus. You were the biggest Funkasaurus mark in the universe.
I know. Here's what's funny. He did. Remember the 365 to Redemption thing he was doing?
Yeah.
When he wasn't on the card at WrestleMania because they yanked the Bella's match with the Rhodes Scholars or whatever.
Yep.
And he was on the other side of it. Well, he said, "I'm going to do 365 to Redemption story." And he tweeted every day about getting redemption, and he was training, and he's doing all these things. And then WrestleMania time came around, and it was the time, they introduced the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And he was introduced, I think the fucking week before, as in one of those where they're like, here's everyone that's in.
Right.
and they just popped up a bunch of different guys, all the jobbers and the people they don't give a shit about.
Yeah.
And he was one of them. And it just hit me. I said, wait, the 365 to Redemption story was a success. Because, because there's no way his match will get cut.
That's
It's the Andre Battle Royal. So it doesn't matter that he means absolutely nothing to the match itself, but he'll be in the match. So I wrote an article about it. And it was tongue-in-cheek, sort of, hey, everybody, 365 to Redemption fucking worked. He did it. Congratulations. He goes on Twitter, and in a mobile, he takes a screenshot of it, and with the byline, there's my name.
Oh.
It was, I bet you feel so proud of yourself, #puny Mark.
Wow.
Yeah, and I put an update in the post. I said, Brodus Clay's mad at me for this. And he fucking, and I think it was Matt Roth who said something to him. He's like, dude, he's actually being kind of complimentary, dude. I thought it's kind of funny, too. Like, maybe not take yourself so seriously or something like
Exactly.
that. And then he deleted his remark. But yeah, he didn't block us or anything. But yeah.
Oh, I see. He just came at you, bro.
Is it a good thing then that the people who like us are the big names and the people who hate us are the nobodies?
I think so. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
No disrespect to the Hurricane coming.
I mean, look at the people. Yeah.
Also, Devastation Corporation.
I was just gonna say those. You come, Blaster McMassive, whatever the fuck your name is. Your name sounds like one of our gimmicks for Braun Strowman.
Oh, that's so funny.
You see, they're going after the New Day today, saying that they stole their shirt design.
Did they really?
No, I mean the Devastation Corporation has a shirt that's like them on a unicorn, but it's not 8-bit. It's not the same fucking thing.
Oh, okay.
They're just bitter fucks.
You know what? When they started talking shit to us, like, I don't even know who you are.
At least I knew who they were, but yeah.
Yeah. And then, you and Handstock were like, oh, those dudes from Chikara, maybe?
Yep, that's where
I don't watch any of that. And then that's not like me trying to be like, well, I'm better. Or,
No, you just don't have time. I mean, it's hard to keep up with everything. There's a lot of shit
I focus on the shit that makes money for the site. And it's not.
Oh, that was shade. That was a little shade.
Oh, come on. No, I don't mean it that way.
I know. It would have been good shade, though, because it wasn't like a direct insult. It was just like.
It's just the truth. It's just what it is. Like, we've had people write about Chikara many times, and it's literally never done more than 10 hits. It's just not stuff that matters. So, I mean, we'll put you up there if you do something of note, but you haven't.
Yeah.
Your most noteworthy thing is coming after me because Zara got fired because we did a post. I'm sorry, man.
You're bad, man.
You feel good about yourself.
I hope you can sleep at night.
I can. I went to bed just fine that night, and I don't feel good about anything. In fact, like I said, we did a podcast. I felt bad. I didn't like it. It's not cool. It would be cool if people weren't. Let's not go there. Yeah, no. I mean, we don't want to cover any of that stuff. I didn't want to write about fucking Bram yesterday. I want to talk about fake fighting or scripted, predetermined outcome fighting or whatever. Yeah, we want to complain about Rollins looking weak. Yeah, exactly. So dumb. Don't stop putting your real life in our fake stuff. Yeah, quit it with your real life shit. Yeah. Quit putting your fucking. Stop liking bad things. All right, I gotta go chase down some criminals in the streets of Baltimore. Just don't die. I won't. Anything else? We got anything else? Anything we missed? I don't think we missed anything. Hell in a Cell Sunday. Are you and Roth gonna get on to a podcast after the show? I haven't talked to Roth. He's probably mad at us because we sort of. Well, he's ending. We didn't do anything. I didn't say we did. I said that was a really defensive. Like I knew that might happen one day. I was like, no, we didn't. We did not. Not as good as Rick. I didn't think he had 6 botches. Yeah. He did fall asleep on the air once. Yeah, but he fell asleep during a show, people. And no-showed Beast in the East. Which kind of counts as falling asleep. He never uses his fucking headset. Yeah, he refuses to use the headset. Yeah. But no, yeah. Are you gonna do a show with him? I guess so. Yeah. I think I took Sunday off from one of my jobs to make sure I can. We could do a Monday show if not. Okay. All right. And then a Tuesday show. Oh my God. Monday to recap Hell in a Cell and get ready for Raw, and then Tuesday to recap Raw. Holy Jesus, that's a lot. Stop it. It is not. I don't know. I gotta go to some sort of corporate training on video content on Friday. So this is now we're just totally behind the scenes. Corporate?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I told him I could be at either of those.
All right. So you got to do it too.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're managers on the site, dude.
Oh. Well,
We're No, Sean, they're just going to you and not me. See?
Because it's video related.
You run it, man. No, is Harper and did they take
words, Geno? What are you trying to say?
You bastard. Did they take the match completely? Quit raising your fucking chin at me.
Sorry. It's gone. Yes.
Did they completely take that match off?
They wiped it out like midway through the show last night. They took it off
Ambrose
the website.
is shit out of luck. He's off the card?
Ambrose is going to cash in the U.S. Open title challenge.
Is that the plan?
I don't know. That's what I would do.
That would be awful.
If they want to push Ambrose as one of their top faces for the next couple of months, that's what I would do.
No way. Don't do that.
Why not?
He'd never defend it. We've seen him with that, though.
Well, it's a lot of paperwork.
Cena does so much paperwork.
Maybe the paperwork has been streamlined. Cena got in there and that's
why he's taking time off. He just kept pushing it back, and now he's got to actually.
Now he's got to catch up on all that paperwork. Oh
my God! I hope that doesn't happen. Tyler Breeze.
Ambrose has got all the numbers though, so maybe that helps too.
Breeze is a good plan. Otherwise, no. Hot Summer and Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it that they won't fuck up Tyler Breeze.
You're so jaded, Sean.
I love the guy, but they're gonna screw that up.
You're so jaded, Sean.
I know. I am. I'm already upset about Sasha Banks. They haven't even done anything wrong yet. So
they're doing everything right, actually.
Yeah, she shouldn't be a babyface. She should chase Charlotte as a heel and then win.
Well, they should actually build to Sasha Becky, but what do I know?
Well, eventually, yes, that would be my next. After Sasha takes the belt from Charlotte, then babyface Becky chases, and that's your money feud for Mania. Lynch Banks at Mania for the belt. But you don't do. I mean, unless you're gonna. I mean, they could turn Becky heel. She was all right as a heel, but I think.
Dude, you know damn well they're gonna do a fucking Diva Invitational, and every diva on the roster. And did you see they did a poll? Who's the greatest Divas champion ever on WWE.com? And AJ Lee had like 60% of the vote.
Yep.
Number 2 was I think Nikki with like 7%.
Well, AJ Lee stands are powerful.
Yeah, hey Bella stands. Suck it.
What else? Anything else?
I thought you'd go out on that. That was a great thing to go out on. I've been putting over HBK all day. 97 HBK.
Pop killed out.
Any chance to shit on the Bella stands?
Fucking Bella stands. They're good. I don't know. I don't even feel like doing the deal with the thing. So fucking deal with it.